welcome back to another episode of World of Tanks at Ghosttown Titan. We're on Ghosttown in the T95 Centennial, the Centennial T95. I think the Centennial T95 is the correct way to phrase the name. This is the duo of videos on the same tank. Because I've got relatively short videos, and I decided to pad it out by just putting in 2 games. So one of them is here on Ghosttown, and it's from a good while back. So I've actually changed the way I play Ghosttown at the moment, particularly in medium tanks. I tend to actually go around the peripheries and on the dunes, and let the heavier tanks duke it out in the middle of the town. I find it to be slightly more profitable. A lot depends, I suppose, on the way the enemy plays the town as well. So, but in this particular occasion, I was going to come into the centre and try and utilise the gun depression of the tank. However, there's a good few of us here, and this is not a place that can actually... I was just wondering where the AMX was. It isn't actually inside the buildings. It was just at an angle there that I couldn't see it. That kind of attracts artillery if there's too many tanks lying around there. And I just noticed the 2 guys coming around the periphery with not a lot of opposition against them. They are actually doing what I kind of normally do, except they've made a far more progress and gone into a bolder position than I would be inclined to. However, we're actually losing this flank at the moment. We're being very short constricted, and I now can't come out much further. I actually have to back away because that Iron Rain will be getting a flanking shot on me. And we can't take everybody on. Now, I think he's above the sand dune line, and I was right to shoot through the truck, and I actually managed to finish off the FE4202P, and then the Panther 2 is sticking its nose up and is actually not paying any attention to me. Now, if I can track him up there, that'll be really useful, because he's now in a very exposed position and tracked, and he's taken a few hits as a result of that, and we've tracked him again. Now he's pointing the gun in my direction, so I don't think I'd get one through the gun mantlet from this angle, and I didn't succeed in keeping him tracked. So we back off a little, and he's now pulled back into open ground again, so more flanking shots, making life a lot easier. And that looked like artillery or something, finishing him off. And then the Iron Rain tries to put one through me, but it goes high, and we managed to get a retaliatory shot, but we're still running low on tanks. Things are looking dodgy here, and actually there's an AMX M4 and a Glory IS-5, and that's not a good combo. However, the fact that they're on higher ground is a bit of a help, because it's making it easier to put the shots into the lower front plates. And they're shooting down into my better armour. My lower front plate is not as accessible, although they're supposed to be better off shooting my turret. And I get a bit of help as well from the Liberté. So we've tracked the AMX, and it's been got rid of, and now we've got a chance to do something similar to the Glory. He comes out as well, and we track him in location. So he's sticking out from both sides. He's put a round into me, but he's taken multiple hits and is being destroyed, and now we are 2 tanks up. So we've managed to recover from what was a tricky enough situation in this corner. Skoda T25 is being aggressive. I'm going to have to pull. Sorry, didn't really. Oh, an Iron Rain. Right, okay. Put a shot into the Iron Rain. Looks like he'd fired, so he's going to pull back. We can finish the Skoda. Between the 2 of us, we might be able to do it. Actually, there's 3 of us. Yeah, I think we'll do it, no problem. So Skoda's doomed. Caught in the open. 3 tanks. Not a chance. And I'm going to go here now. The Iron Rain can finish me if he's pointing the gun this way. Don't see him though. Oh, he's ducked around the corner. So he's meeting a medium tank coming the other way, and there's only the artillery left. So I'm going to go out this way. I'll probably be running across the artillery, horizontal to the artillery's line of sight. And now I'm no longer spotted. I can... There he is. Will I get a shot? Yep, he sticks a bit of the gun shield over the top there. We can put a round in. Will I get a second shot off? Hardly like. There's other people closing in, and no. Therein lies the end of the GW Panther, and that was a nice tidy up there for looked like a dicey enough start by our team. Okay, so we have final score. Victory! Decent amount of money, nearly 3,000 damage, 1,300 assisted, first class mastery, and a Confederate. For shooting a lot of tanks. Came number 2 after that Liberté, which is a pretty good score. And that's pretty much that one, so I will now switch over to the next game. Now we're back here on the Sunset Coast, which is the latest map, and I think a lot... Previous video, probably this map wasn't actually a thing when the previous video was recorded. So this is a more recent game. I'm sort of back playing, well, I'm occasionally playing, I'm not playing that much, so I'm playing a mixture of the premiums and the tanks that I'm grinding, mostly because I want to build up my cash reserves again. And Sunset Coast is a map that I haven't actually quite, I'm not sure, I don't think the player base have quite decided how to play it yet. Sometimes people go a lot heavy into the centre. Sometimes they ignore one side of the map completely, but it's not quite a living train in the, people setting up at offensive positions. And others probing along the one edge of the map, and finishes up as a kind of a north-south fight. Which very often the advantage goes to whoever spots whom first and gets a local advantage maybe on somebody that have overextended and gets surrounded. So it's definitely a map to keep an eye on your fellow tankers, see what they're doing. Same as you can see it here now, we've gone up, but the guys that have gone north haven't pushed east very much. Whereas the push has occurred along the southern side, whereas the enemy push has occurred along the northern side. And I suppose that is also accentuated by the spawn locations, because one crowd is spawning on one side of the map. Now we have a comet, which, if I can just should have shot into the side of the turret. Right, let's start backing off here. There's a stockade. And this is where the overextension, the comet goes off and starts engaging with the Lycan, and the stockade comes after me. But the stockade's got only 3 shots. And so far, he hasn't hit with any of them. I think this is his last one. He didn't hit with that one either. So now I know that I've moved, well, not just myself I think, but half his health is gone. And he will have another 30 seconds here he gets to reload. Okay, I don't get the kill, but the thing is, he's dead. And there's no sign of his friend the comet. This is a problem with stockades. You don't, you gotta be careful with who you're travelling around with. No, that's the comet there, is it? I think it is actually. I just passed it. Comet didn't get far. Didn't leave in time either. So we have the whole southern side of the map clear, and we're now free to attack the enemy base. And it's pretty quick. We're pretty quick into the situation, and the enemy are not in a good defensive position actually here, because okay, I've been spotted here by the SU-130 or by somebody. So I'm going to take a hit here, but I'm going to keep backing off a little bit. And then I'm not taking a hit, and then the SU-130 ignores me because I'm not longer seen. He ignores the fact that I fired at him twice and hit him, and just sits there. Okay, that shot fell short, I think. And this one should finish him off, and that is finishes him off, and that's it. We've now cleared the area around the enemy cap circle. Okay, there's one tank remaining, but he is heavily outnumbered and will be destroyed very shortly. Whereas we have a lot of tanks down around our base, and We have a big tank numerical advantage at this point. So this looks like it's going to be pretty one-sided actually, because we now can have a choice. Like we can cap pretty much with impunity, and we've got a lot of strong tank forces between the enemy and our base. We have strong forces between the enemy and our base, and it is the heavier the enemy tanks are actually. The tank, he's going to get around the corner before I get the reload. The T-71, we got a shot in. We'll get a second one. No, he'll be gone again. The light ones are going to be hard to catch. This guy's coming around though. We don't want him. I'm not going to be able to chase it light tanks. There's no point in doing it. They managed to get a local superiority over here. So I think it's time we sort of assisted in the defense of our base, and just a matter of finding the direction where we can get lines of sight on the enemy tanks. Light one is probably, T-71 is probably going to get away. And yes, we now, the enemy weren't able to exploit their superiority to kill the tanks in front of them before we have gotten there. Gronievich has done its job. And it still actually has a decent amount of hit points left. Okay, there's very few left now. And he's ignoring the guy behind him, because he's got good armor in the rear, and he's actually surviving. Don't know if I'll kill the Pershing first, but I will kill the Pershing before he can do any more. And now it's just the IS-3 up in the hill. Yeah, as the IS-3 is backed off, so I'm not going to get a shot into his lower front plate. There are tanks surrounding him. The enemy light tanks made a run for artillery. He's probably going to get the artillery, but he's probably not going to get to do much more further beyond that. And then the IS-3 rams the two of us. And back around to where I get a shot. He's actually in line of sight. Might. Not much of him showing. And we fire, but he's ducked off. We do not get it. We actually managed to cap out, and the T-71 still alive. Well, fair dues to him. He's managed to live that long, surrounded by that many tanks. Although I suppose he knew he was going to cap out. I think he was just going for maximum damage rather than trying to win the game. If he was, he should be down at the other end, resetting the cap. That got us another first-class mastery. 2,160 damage. 2,000 blocked. Oh, that was just stockade. Yeah, he kept shooting into my tracks and not doing any damage. And that's the second game. So another first-class mastery. So I hope you enjoyed this game and the other one. And thank you for watching. And I'll catch you all again soon. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please press like, comment, share. It really helps the channel out. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.